Governor, earlier this year, you noted that the authoritarian playbook is laid bare here. They point to a group of people who don't look like you, and then they tell you to blame them for your problems. Governor Pritzker, do you believe that the Trump administration is using the authoritarian playbook, particularly as it relates to immigrant communities across the country?
It's clear when you look at every action that they've taken with regard to immigration since they've taken office, including going in and attacking our communities in the state of Illinois. I think in the first week in office, Tom Homan bringing Dr. Phil with him unseriously, and then bringing the very serious ICE officials in to break down doors, to scare communities, to keep people from going to work and so on. It is clear that they are targeting communities of people who don't look like them and going after people that they think are opponents of theirs, or
including United States senators, Governor.
Including, thank you, and Alex Padilla. And by the way, I want to say to all of you on both sides, but particularly those on the Republican side, that I cannot believe the disrespect that was shown to a United States senator who was thrown down, handcuffed, and not allowed to ask a question of our Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem. That seems completely irrational.
Governor, I agree with you. And because I have a limited time, I actually want to show the footage because I think what you're saying has to be seen here. I'm going to ask now that we play a clip of Senator Padilla being wrongfully arrested while we're in this hearing. Go ahead and play it. A United States senator. I want to make sure that people see.
He's in my hands. Go ahead. Put him behind my back.
All right. Cool. One hand. Lay flat. Lay flat. Other hand, sir. Other hand. There's no recording allowed out here.
What?
I do not know. There's no recording allowed out here per FBI, right?
Yeah, they don't want you recording so that you don't see how they violate due process repeatedly. I want to make sure that you see that footage. This is a United States senator asking a question of Secretary Noem, and in return, he is pulled from the press conference, shoved down to the floor, slammed to the ground with handcuffs, arrested for doing his job of oversight. So let me go ahead and make sure that I say this clear, because I serve in Homeland Security, and I can tell you for a fact they are weaponizing the government and the military against U.S. citizens to exert control and suppress dissent. I call that authoritarianism. We've seen it before. Here's the point. Terror. That's what they're doing here. This hearing is a witch hunt against the governors that run successful cities, and we need to call it what it is. What we need here right now is Secretary Noem answering questions and oversight on why the hell she thinks that what happened to the senator is acceptable. With that, I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back. Hopefully you'll get to see the beginning of that tape when he approached the podium where the secretary was. You hadn't seen
to
that
ask
yet?
A question.
Mr. Chairman, on the full statement of the committee on the Democratic side, Senator Padilla is currently in Los Angeles exercising his duty to perform congressional oversight of the federal government operations in Los Angeles and across California. He was in the Wilshire Federal Building to receive a briefing with General Guillot and was listening to Secretary Noem's press conference. He tried to ask the Secretary a question and was forcibly removed by federal agents, forced to the ground, as you saw, and handcuffed. He is not currently detained, and we are working to get additional information. And while we respect the Senate's ability to review this as a primary investigation, we also echo Ms. Ramirez's statement that we would like to have an investigation of that incident here from beginning to end.
You want to enter that into the record?
I do.
All right, without objection, so ordered. Now, Chair recognizes Mr. Jack. Okay, wait a minute. We did two Republicans, so we're going to go to Mr. Goldman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would urge you to reserve comment on what happened to Mr. Padilla until you get full information. In fact, I would urge all of my Republican colleagues to take a breath before you once again desperately run to bend the knee to Donald Trump and to Kristi Noem, because anyone with two eyes that can see that that was authoritarian, lawless behavior that no person in America, much less a senator conducting constitutional oversight, should have received. And I know it's hard for all of you to speak up against Donald Trump, and that's why we're here at this hearing talking all about Joe Biden, talking all about Joe Biden's policy this, Joe Biden's policy that, all these people who committed crimes under Joe Biden. Is it just because you're consistently trying to ignore the fact that Joe Biden is not president? Donald Trump is president. And what he's doing right now, which you all know, is he is going after people who are lawfully present. Now, I appreciate the governor's being here. I'm sorry you have to deal with this crap.